Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to episode 89 of Blacklight Settlers. So you all voted yesterday, and here's the results of your voting. Open the Ancient Danger, have Vex kill the Lancer with a beer bottle, equip an elite squad out with charged lances, and start to take prisoners for organ harvesting. Dark, but I like it, because it will help my people heal. Now, one thing I realized is I think I need more shells in order to get rid of that ship down there. There's just too many mechs. So what I'm going to do, wow, if I could spell it, is paint a no mech zone. Be very generous with this no mech zone. So I don't want any of my people getting close to these mechs. Alright, clear that. And then also paint the no mech zone here. You'll see why in a moment, because when I invert it, keeps everyone out of the romance prison. Alright, so now I'm going to romance restrict, or no mech zone restrict everyone. And you are going to rescue Poppy. Maybe this will help with the relationship? No. Oh yeah, it did. Huh. I guess I could just force anesthetize, and that works too. Where'd you put Poppy? Wait. Oh, you just put her back into the bed. I see. Okay. Put you back on romance. Alright, so now that the no mech zone is the lifted restriction, everyone can go back outside with relative safety. And what I'm going to do with that is hunt a hell of a lot of the wildlife, because my people are hungry. So Cupid here is setting up pod launchers. What I really want to do is bury the dead that's been sitting out here forever and a day. That can't be good for moods down there. Really could not. One of these short-term goals is to fire this thing off. So what I'm going to do is... No, actually, let's keep that intact. We need this door here. So if I'm at a loss of limestone, let's just salvage some limestone from this building. Oh, but we, of course, are making a lot of limestone. So what I think we need to do is to put Tom on crafting. Alright, Tom. Get to that. So there is a lot of mechs out here that I want to haul. One thing I'm going to do is to allow everything, and then disallow these bodies. I'll probably just burn the bodies in place. The poison ship has almost fully deforested the area already, so it's not like I could cause a lot of ecological damage. Vex here is going to head down here and grab a beer bottle, because that incapacitated Lancer is going to get bashed on the head till it's dead. But yeah, there's still a decent amount of weapons down here. There are... Oh, and I'll have her go after the Scyther too. Why not? There's even more beer. Speaking of beer, I'm going to have a lot of tea, but I'm not going to have a lot of beer. I think due to my food shortage, temporarily I'm going to make this rice, but eventually I want to start making hops inside, because I'm really not going to be at a shortage of tea anytime soon. Speaking of which, another thing I want to do is to get through the surplus of smoke leaf that I have. So I am going to set up... I know it's all very bad and cold or whatever, but anyone that's idle is going to just crank out smoke leaf joints. Then additionally, because we're hunting and we don't really have a stockpile for the corpses, I'll put them in the meat stockpile. I'm sure we'll butcher them quickly, but, you know, we need somewhere to put them. I am forbidding human corpses because I'll just burn them in place. Sounds really dark. I have no idea what started this fire. Alright, Vex, are you... Yes. We're going to equip the beer, which means her old incendiary launcher is going to be sitting here. We'll deal with that later. Alright, first things first. She's going to kill the Scyther with the beer bottle. This is to get a little bit of vengeance for Dano, who was killed by, you know, these things. Now, last time I checked, swinging a beer bottle against a robot is probably not a very effective means of vengeance. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm wrong. I've never actually beaten a mech to death with a beer bottle, but something tells me it wouldn't work all that well. So we got the scythe there, which was just a bonus for the short-term goal, and soon we'll get the Lancer. Looks like we can deconstruct this. And it looks like Tom is making limestone because we are cranking out this wall again, which is good. Alright, Vex. Everyone's going to want to see you bash the Lancer to death, or they're not going to believe that I did it. First try. Perfect. Now she will drink the beer. I guess I could have just consumed it through inventory. That was my RimWorld version of One for My Homies. And equip her incendiary launcher. So we do have a pirate merchant here. And I'm now allowed to harvest organs. Animals, you really ought to be in the ranch. So if I'm able to and allowed to harvest organs, where is my orbital trade beacon? Do I have one? I guess the fastest way to tell is I don't have a powered one. Alright. Normally I would have put it like here, so it's probably gone. Alright, Villic is going to grab the materials for it. Actually, you know what? He's going to be... making that lance. Oh, we got a prison break. Will I... Oh, Wildman, you have a new bionic arm. One lung, but a new bionic arm. Let's see if we can't... Ooh. That's not what I wanted to do, but alright. Is that going to affect our mood? No, because he was guilty. You better take a dive, Belle. There you go. I'm not even going to be the one that fixes this. It's too bad. He had a bio stomach. And I'm now allowed to harvest organs. Would have been nice to, you know, cut into him a little. Alright, as you can see, we are getting through our smoke leaf slowly because, you know, this might be too slow. What I'm going to do is... Bad temperature in here, still? Whatever, I can heat it. I can heat that a lot easier than I can heat anything else. I'm going to have him make it in here, because this was really slow. Then, additionally, food storage, we are not going to allow smoke leaf in here. And instead, we'll hopefully stockpile it up here. And once they finish, they were also not dropping it on the ground. So that's another thing I have to change about that, the bills. drop on the floor. All right, let's copy this again. All right, this ought to be a little bit faster, and then all we got to do is warm this up a few degrees, and that's not going to be that hard. All right, Hyena, you don't have anything going on, which means I need to queue up some hunting. We have not yet finished the pod launchers. Now, one tipster mentioned that if I moved my infinite chem fuel reactor, I'd be able to more easily send food home. So that's probably a good point, and I'll carry it over at some point. Now, here is yet another body that I really ought to bury if we've been staring at it. Is there any other corpses out here? Yes, there are some other corpses. Alright, Jeter and Pappy, you are going to get mighty hungry mighty quick. So people should be moving this. Yeah, they're starting to move the smoke leaf out. Sort of. Not really. Why can't I haul this out? Ugh. Other storage. Allowing smoke leaf. This storage. Just allowing smoke leaf. I don't know. They'll figure it out eventually. Rotting corpses. It's not something I want to cremate corpse forever. I'm going to suspend the human one. And the other one I'm going to allow. I really don't need a rotting fox in my stockpile. Okay, why are you guys bringing that stuff piecemeal? Sheba infection from a bite. DQ, you're a doc. Go tend to that. Oh man, there are so many mechs. So many mechs to get through. Alright, so the romance prison is out of food. And for some reason or another, I'm not able to haul it. Oh, because there's zone restriction. Let me see if I can't unrestrict. Still can't haul. The important and critical still won't haul it. All right, let's go ahead and force this. I don't know why I picked on Sergio. He was just kind of standing there, but this is one way to get them to do what I want them to do without any fuss. See? Easy peasy. I think the disassemble mechanoid, what I'm going to do is lower the crafting skill so that Velik doesn't end up doing it. I don't care who does it other than Velik. I'm going to need Velik on those lances. This zone does not seem to be clearing out, so I'm going to just clear it myself. It's like the hauling didn't update or something. But now they're going to start to seriously haul smoke leaf nearby. Yes, it will potentially spoil, but hopefully we'll craft through it quickly. And in creating the temporary zone for Nomex, we are able to hunt almost everything. I'll start expanding it and bringing in all the mechs that have died so far, which there are many. And weapons, etc., etc. Some of these will make for good gifts, certainly. So if you're wondering why I haven't gone after the ship yet, it's because I really think I will need some additional charge lances. I'm going to need a elite squad of marine armored charge lance people to pull this off. Or at least that's my expectation and understanding. Wolf Nara, Velek Lenka, Penguin Phoebe. I'm just trying to see if I'm missing any relationships, and I'm not. So that would be easy to overlook. We're still cranking through the Psychite tea. I really won't like Psychite tea, and I'd like there to be an abundance of it. So I'm happy to just keep cranking it out. One thing I forgot about is the Pirate Merchant. I tend to do that a lot. So, numbers. Let's add trade price improvement. Lenka. And your health is 1 lung. Nara. Alright. Nara is going to go contact the pirate merchants. You're in intense pain, so you go to berserk while 2 turrets stare directly at you. I can't say that that's a wise move. In fact, I can safely say it is not. Alright, Wildman's fully healed. Says that trade price improvement is poor. I don't really care. This will be fine. Alright, buying some chem fuel would not be a terrible idea. There's a lot of terrible little weapons that I have. Maybe I'll keep the miniguns. But little weapons that I have that I really don't need. And additionally, they don't have any organs. Okay. If I'm buying the chem fuel, they kind of have it overpriced. So I'm thinking no. I think I'll just sell off the kind of junk weapons that I've been gifted. And call that good. Low food. Yeah, I'm aware. I'm aware. Keeps telling me about low food. We have plenty of it. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'll do it tomorrow morning. I'm going to send all these guys in. I think what happened was that I didn't allow Luna to go fully 1 tile north, and I kind of turned her around mid-move order, and I think that's what caused her to sort of get ambushed. I'm pretty sure that's the case. So I think I know how to fix that, so I'm going to fix that. As for tips, Cardoza mentioned that I could, in the Pawns title, indicate that they're in the Sniper Squad by something like this. If I go to titles, I could do like S Hunter, meaning Sniper Squad Hunter. And then that way in numbers, if I sort by title, all my S's will be grouped. So that's a good point. Have we not even helped Belarose? In no immediate danger. Let's go ahead and do that. Tend to the idiot before he gets infected. Why am I keeping him? Transhumanist. Yeah, alright. At some point, organ harvesting might become more attractive than prisoner recruition. I'm looking at you, Belarose. Because I'm well over my 50 mark, that would be acceptable. Or not well over. I have 45 here, 6 there, so I have 51. So I shouldn't say well over, because that would be an exaggeration. Whose bed is this supposed to be? Deef? No. Endelos and Jirit. Oh, now I know why Jirit's not using it. That makes sense. How is this going? It's becoming improved. Certainly. There is a rescued me clause in there. I'm just going to keep on with it. I could anesthetize him to do some more rescues, but that seems a wee bit weird, I guess. I have quite the abundance of smoke leaf at this point. You have your own cell to yourself. And then the person that mentioned the multiple crafting spots for smoke leaf joints was Andrew Sylvester. So I want to credit him with that idea as well. So this has been speeding up getting through that backlog. And I think I would say 5 charge lances for an elite squad is probably a good number. I'll have a bunch of traditional snipers, but 5 charge lances is enough to micromanage. There is just so many things going on. I mean, my biggest hope is actually that I just get a super big raid down here. It's a pirate, it's a poison ship, rather, so there's not a sense of urgency to correct that and to fix that, that it would be a psychic ship. If it was a psychic ship, I'd really need to address it a lot sooner. Okay, we're almost at maximum radius here. Getting pretty close, just maybe a week away. Griffin here is constructing the retaining wall. It's almost fully constructed, which is awesome. Still need that door. Tom, you should still be, yep, still stone cutting. I think she is probably the best recipient of a joy wire. She's going to be, she's a pyromaniac and is going to be on edge for a while as she is mourning the loss of her husband. So I'm going to go ahead and joy wire her right now rather than run the risk of her wrath, of some sort of wrath. Best to be careful. Alright, so we have really cleared out the wildlife here. As you can see, there's quite a lot of small animals camped around. Sheba, I guess I'll give you herbal meds. I have plenty of them. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? Everyone here is going to get herbal meds at least. I have hundreds at this point, and it will help put everyone back together after they get wounded from social fights or whatever. Luna, you should be on no lavish. I was wondering what was depleting our lavish meals, but now I know. Come on, you two. Just... They haven't tried to flirt in quite a while now. But I feel like their relationship is actually going pretty well. Velik, back to fabricating that. And the high explosive shells will be for anyone else. Speaking of social fights, Issy and Zero Day going at it. Which is funny because it only makes Zero Day happier. The more he's in pain, the happier he becomes. So, yeah. A little confusing as to why he... I mean, I guess it makes sense why he'd social fight now. We still have this prosthetic heart. I don't think it would be a good heart for Tom, as his heart is currently working better than a prosthetic. Alright, Griffin. I know you are at a lack of limestone. But deconstructing is never really a task given high priority. It's like the last of the construction tasks. Wow. I have no idea why I clicked him to figure out to switch zones back, but clearly that was the right call because, my goodness, Sergio was about to commit suicide. Let me go check on that restrictions. Yeah, everyone but him was on no mech. So, by some sort of sheer miracle, I saved his life. Yeah, I don't know what he was doing or why he was out there, but I am undoubtedly quite glad that I figured that one out. Oh, we're hunting a warg. I say that because it is so much more likely to go ape on us than any other animal. Alright, that's all set. Alright, so you've been getting rebuffed. You've been rebuffing each other. It's only really a matter of time, honestly. It's only a matter of time. If they're rebuffing each other, it's going to happen. I'll be patient. So what I really need to do is ship down shells in this area here. That would be ideal. So Vex is back on her feet, and she should be... Wow, that Joe Wire is... Alright, it's kicking in. Now, the only problem with the Joy Wire is your consciousness is diminished. So she's going to have... Oh, now she's stoned in Smoke Leaf. I am surprised she's even conscious. She's just barely. But that's fine. She's mourning, and... That's, I guess, an appropriate response to mourning? I don't know. Velik's still working on these charged lances. For some odd reason of me being an idiot, I still have Gob recruited out here fighting a warg that died long ago. It's probably right around Thanksgiving time, and Wolf is hunting turkeys, so that seems fitting. Why is no one using this spot? Is it because... it's inaccessible somehow? I'll be the Smokeleaf Baron once again. I'm definitely not going to have Vital Pawns. And we are no longer reading as low food, so that's good. How close are you to being recruited? 0.3. Okay. I don't think I've ever checked a prisoner that had lower resistance that wasn't 0. So that ought to be pretty quick. And if it's not, well, I'll be damned. Alright, so hunting caravan. We're going to form up, except for Cupid and the puppies. The puppies being Hans and Cody. Neither of them are actual puppies. We're going to grab all that meat and head 1 full square north of Black Lake before we turn back. If this doesn't work, yes, 3 people will die, and I will be utterly confused as to how game mechanics function and operate. Let's close the door. Transport crash. Bluebird is James's grandmother, so she's going to be an infirm person, probably. Nope, she's not infirm. Wait. She looks to be tribal, but she's been in cryosleep. She's a... Ooh. James Lamp. Your last name is Lamp? So when people say, I love Lamp, they're referring to you. Alright. Your grandmother. I'm still trying to... I'm a little confused about this. So you are 34 and never been in cryosleep. Alright, I guess. Where'd she land? I ought to figure that out again if I'm going to save her. Bluebird, you are... Whoa, you didn't even land on the right tile there. Are you just a refugee? I'm just going to rescue you. You're probably going to join us anyway, but that's fine. The retaining wall is almost done. That is exciting. That is a little bit of a milestone, in my opinion. Let's go ahead and have Griffin tear up the rest of the limestone floors, and then haul them all. Tom, do you doctor? Nope, but Griffin will. How long does she have to live? How urgent is this? 11 hours? Alright, there's time. Alright, Babs is heading north. Now, another one of my goals that I had was taking out some hostile communities. So these 2 red ones and this green one are potential targets. You all did not vote for peace talks. So peace talks we shall not have. I'm definitely getting through the backlog of all the mechs, which is fueling this... actually, I don't have a lot of plasteel, but that's mostly because it's being dumped into charge lances. So we're quite literally turning dead mechanoids into charge lances to kill more mechanoids. I kind of love the poetic justice of that. And we got a masterwork one too, so that's phenomenal. Okay, we're up to... I see them all making... Oh, we're just trying to stock this. Okay, Bluebird is all patched up. I was just checking on her now. Tom, you are still making limestone blocks. We don't need too many more. At this point, we're starting to haul away stuff from this stockpile, and part of me thinks that I would be better suited to just burn this all. Yes, there are some weapons in here that could be useful, but having my people continually see dead bodies is not going to benefit me in the long run. Plus, I don't really need the cash. I find that there's a severe lack of stuff for me to buy, actually. It's too bad this isn't a form of catharsis for Vex. That would be nice. If Pyromaniacs got catharsis from burning corpses. Or burning anything, for that matter. But they don't. So the silver won't burn. Silver never does. So I'll still have the silver to work with. It looks like some of the pawns are still grabbing some of the weapons and whatnot. Come on, LMG, just burn. Alright, maybe we'll just haul it. Your needs are not met, so I'll continue this burning spree later. That gets rid of a lot of... Ooh, you know what? That gets rid of a lot of the corpses that otherwise I would have to stare at, and it would harm my mood. Where's my convenient raid that comes in from the south? Alright, Bella Rose is recruitable. My people are heading one tile north to come south. Alright, Vex, I'm going to lay off you. Major break risk, even with your plus 35. 5 from having the incendiary weapon, and 30 from having the joy wire. But you're malnourished, so that offsets about all of it. Bluebird joined. Alright, Bluebird, you are gonna get set up here. You 34-year-old grandma. I'm gonna call her Pacifist Purist. Ugh. That's really not a good combo there. But whatever. Relatives are relatives. She's actually not a bad warden or cook. She has a passion for growing, smithing. Oh, she you know, she has a lot of passions and skills for being kind of a meh pawn. So I kind of take it back. She's okay. Still a pacifist, so, you know. But okay. Can you just finish? Alright, now... binging on ambrosia. I don't have a lot of ambrosia, but doesn't mean I want her to become an addict, so time to stack that stuff away. At least it's ambrosia, not smoke leaf or psychite tea, because boy, I have a lot of that, and it would be very, very hard to put that away. Okay, we're almost through all of the mechs, the mech corpses. This has boosted our steel and components considerably. We would be getting plasteel, but we're using it pretty quickly. These guys are... okay, they entered from an arbitrary seeming entrance there, which I'm not so keen on, but that's okay. I really was fully north, and they really did just pop in any way they wanted. So Endelos is 0 Days confused. Phoebe, due to recent relations, I'm assuming, just became work frenzied. Teeny bit of good news amongst so much bad. Alright, we did in fact pull all of the smoke leaf out of here, so what I'm going to do is put a new zone back here that allows hops and whatnot. Hops and food and stuff. And then this stockpile, let's expand this a little bit more. This stockpile here will be the corpses, although it's currently full of leaves. So, food storage. Hops and psychoid. And really any meals or raw food that we have left over, or pemmican. The infinite chem reactor creates free chem fuel. Good. 10 more days until I get some more. I have 520 Psychite tea. Sounds like a lot, but that's actually one a day for all of my people for 10 days or whatever. I mean, it is a lot, but yeah, it's not as ridiculous as it sounds given my current population. Wow, 0 day, you're getting a lot of dementia. Maybe I'll get offered a Healer Mech Serum quest. That'd be quite cool. We're finally making this door, and unfortunately for this warg, they are getting inside of it. This warg's been useful to me in culling the maybe I shouldn't do that. The chance of that blowing back on me is pretty high. I'll just walk away. Sorry, warg, you might just starve to death. You really ought to rest until healed. She's hauling almost nothing at a time. So now that I've done all the construction tasks, Griffin is going to start to deconstruct, which is good because we have some stuff we don't need constructed anymore. Let's run the power inside the wall to lower the chance of it setting fires. Oh, finally. Fixing that bedroom. Now what I plan on doing is setting up, ooh, that wall's not going to work either due to the vent. I'm just not going to have it be a bedroom. It doesn't actually need to be. I want some decent bedrooms and a decent rec room here because when I have my defenders defending, they're going to need to blow off some steam. And I could always cycle them in and out. I could always send them back home or whatever. Additionally, I really ought to have a machining table because we're going to have a lot of mech corpses, I suspect. God dang. Yorkies. Okay. This is super weird. That seems like a massively bad idea, and I don't know why I had a zone out there. Oh, I do. The vanometric power cell. When I wanted to add it to my stockpile. Bob, you were wondering. God, I keep picking people that will never do hauling. There's a lot of people in this community that just like refuse to haul all the time, always. I would say we are good for meat for a bit. In fact, I'm going to go so far as to say everyone's going to have meat NPM. And that way we have veggies to cook with. So we'll switch those over. Oh yeah, lots and lots of meat. The hunter group did their job. Alright, all of these I think ought to immediately be caravanned. So Luna, you're going to go check for more trade potential. So let's have you add... No one wants to see me butcher a bunch of Yorkies. I get that. I understand. Additionally, let's add some 6 survival, or maybe 8 survival meals and 150 kibble. It's not a lot of food, but it'll have to do. And she's going to go do a trade run. Luna. You know what? I'm going to cancel that. I want to add a lot more to that caravan. Rather than to pot it in later. I'll just assume that they have resources. So 10 and 200. Let's go ahead and grab plain leather, leather, pigskin, birdskin, wolfskin, panther fur, leave the heavy fur, leave the rhino, leave the thrumbo. Additionally, we will grab a lot of the smoke leaf. We'll grab all of it because we have so much of it. The wooden beds and the prosthetic heart. And a lot of these crummy weapons might be better off just being smelted, but I'm going to go and try to trade them anyway. We're getting down to good weapons here. But a bunch of Molotovs. We don't really need any Molotovs. Oh, that's not true. Molotovs you can throw through walls. So, there is that. And then crummy, broken clothing. Sure. I think that about sums it up. That's a lot of stuff, though. It's a lot more than I was originally hauling. So, let's go and root. Yeah. And then I need the people. Luna. Root. We're going to go north first, so we don't run into any death. We're starting to make shells again, now that the mechs are all smelted down into their fundamental parts. Oh, you know what? They keep rebuffing each other. I don't love that. Vex, you're still trying to binge, so I can't have you be productive. I'm gonna hide these grow zones until... Oops. Why am I doing that? Hide. H. Until next season, I don't really need to see grow zones that aren't active. Although I think what I'm gonna do is cut plants for all the remainder. They're just going to die in the winter. And I'm going to keep getting notifications that they've died. So instead of getting constant notifications, we'll just trim that down. And there is a few remaining bodies left to be burned, and we're currently stripping them of their gear. We certainly have replanted a considerable amount of the forest as well. Hauling some of the... Oh, yeah, all of it. Nice. I'm not even going to worry about this fire, as it won't bother me at all. Cupid. I thought you were supposed to be training. Oof. He lost his ability to haul. No, he hasn't. Just rescue. Okay, good. And that might be about it I have for this episode. This was just sort of putting things back together. There is obviously a big ol' fight brewing on the horizon here. This one. Which will require more shells than I currently have offered. I want to carpet this area in shells and maybe set it off with a Doomsday, and then have a bunch of Charged Lance Elite Squad ready to deal with the aftermath. But yeah, that will come a little bit later, as will the opening of the Ancient Danger. Thank you all very much for watching episode 89. Sorry that more wasn't done. My hands are a little tied trying to tidy up all of the mess that these continual raids have caused. I've been attacked by like 500 different raiders over the last week, so have some mercy. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you all for voting, and hopefully you will vote once again. Catch you all later. Adios.